So I did a little bit of adjusting to the sound. And after going through recordings of some of the games I've been playing, specifically Metaphor, I realized how soft it was, so I jacked up the volume a bit. And by a bit, I mean... where was it before? Yeah, I think I had it at like 70% volume, and I jacked it up to 85. So hopefully it should be a lot easier to hear the game, because I could barely hear anything in my recordings. So that's what we're gonna do. And I can hear all the blasting of all the water against all the sand and grime, and also whacking people. So yeah. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna wait for this thing to sync up. Whenever you're done, Steam. It's currently 60% done uploading to the cloud. Something. So yeah. Oh, 100%. And it's done. Alright, let's go ahead and switch over. Bop. That was a very weak bop. Mod. The last time we did the Spanish villa, now we have to do the excavator. So I did not read this before, but we're gonna read it now. Hello, dear. Isn't it amazing that what you can find in your yard when you have a little dig around? I've been having the most incredible time in mine, and as a result, there's an industrial scale excavator on my front yard that's as filthy as you like. Do you think you could be a love and watch it done for me? Thanks so much, Maureen. Also added a new rule to the chat. Not really a rule, but if you can't watch it, check your browser. Since that seems to be a problem. Hey look, they were playing Dig a Hole. A game about digging a hole. That's literally what this is. Also, how did that get dirty? Did it excavate and that's how it got dirty, or did they dig it out of the ground? They didn't exactly make it... Go bury yourself. They didn't exactly make it clear when they explained it. I can't tell if the invincible PlayStation 1 modeled car just destroyed this mailbox, or if the mailbox was dug up, because it was over there, and put over here. Also, just realized my sound is off. Boop. So yeah, sound should be a lot louder. I'm so glad you're here. It'll likely take you a while to clean the Great Thing. At least it's not the Great Wall of China. I'll pop the kettle on the stove, make you a nice hot drink, and tell you the entire amazing story. Oh boy, it's literally tea time with Hamilton. Forgive me if I'm incorrect, but didn't Hamilton, like, the U.S. Hamilton, didn't he take part in the Boston Tea Party? Or was he not even alive during that time period? I don't know. I might be getting Alexander Hamilton confused with John Hancock. What's it say? Caution! Watch your head. It's like the guy was trying to do limbo underneath this bar and then he just completely failed. More like caution. Don't do limbo around heavy machinery. Gotta be honest, Sticky McStickerson over there. You kinda deserve bonking your head if you're trying to limbo underneath dangerous equipment. So I got no idea how I'm supposed to get underneath this track without getting myself dirty. Which is flavor text for, I'm going to clean this first. Because, you know, that tracks. About 5 months ago, I was rocking back and forth in my hammock, trying desperately to remember the recipe to a delicious broth I once had in 1983. Suddenly, something shiny caught my eye, glistening in the sun. It was the Thundercats. Thundercats! Holla! Or whatever they say. I don't know, I didn't grow up in the 80s. I waddled inside, excuse me, inside to get my trowel, determined to dig up whatever it was. Had a little something get in my throat there. Sky Fabrications. Wow, I didn't know Blue Sky Social also had a fabrication company. And or did construction equipment. Some more, you know. Oh, okay. So, what did I miss on the housing? Oh, that's a track. What the heck is still... Hold on. What are you and why are you still dirty? Oh, that's the roller. Are both of the rollers good now? They are. Cool, now I just have to figure out why this body is still dirty. Problem solved. Now to tackle the other side of the feet. It's a feetsies, if you will. Hold on, wasn't one of the things I wanted $2,000? Shop, show me the things. Owned. Modifications. Oh yeah, this was. Owned. Ooh. Not gonna lie, the pacifist looks pretty cool. Hold on, why? Am I tripping over? Oh yeah, I am tripping. Okay. Why did my voice do that? Hold on, gonna cough real quick. Sometimes you just got a hard reset by coughing. Could also be a dry throat. Caused by lack of hydration. I swear, Maya's gonna come in here and tell me to drink water. As I started to dig, I thought it might be an old tin of soup that I didn't like and had thrown out the window. Probably vegetable. I get angry as soon as I see the label. They don't even try to make it tasty. That is a skill issue. But no, it was something far, far stranger than that. Suddenly, the aliens dropped an excavator in my front yard and told me to dig. Probably gonna have to go around the backside to finish these rollers. You know what? I kind of feel like calling them limp biscuits instead of rollers. Oh, double whammy. Cool. I think we're on to the main body now. Hey, whoever drives this excavator, probably Ashley Graham. If you don't move this thing, I'm gonna not be able to clean it. I'm just imagining Ashley Graham, like, from Resident Evil 4, manning the excavator and being like, leave it to me, Leon. The body. Where the heck is it still dirty? Besides the parts I can't actually see, but that is beside the point. Oh, well, there we go. Ah, yes. The Bluesky Fabrications Excavator, Model 84 Ra. Because it'll dig things up like the sun god. first thing I saw once I got my trowel into the ground was a tooth. Hey, Max. 1 second. I'm reading Mr. Hamilton's ham sandwich or something, but not the tooth of a vole or rabbit or even a tyrannosaur. It won't let me watch on my phone. Yeah, I think the app might be broken. Oh no, this one was much stranger than even that. Says Maureen. I realized that this was going to be a big and curious job. Hi, Chad. I was going to need something heavy duty to get this thing out. Well, that explains the excavator. But it won't let you watch on your phone. That is interesting. Yes. Let me see if I can look up this error for you. Does it even work on my phone? Profile. Stream. Oh, hi, Mod View. It works on my phone. You might have to update the app. Try updating your app and restarting your phone, and if that doesn't work, it could be... I don't know if you have extensions or a jailbroken phone or whatever. But it's probably going to be something on your end or your internet. I did jack up my bitrate because I want to stream in high quality, but I don't know if it still is denying me the option, or you the option, to change it to something more manageable. See you later, excavator. Could always try Chrome Mobile. I know it works on Chrome. Not Firefox, don't know why. I am good. How are you doing? Just getting my washing in early today. As you do. As you do, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. You can watch other streams without this problem. It's just your channel. I can't watch from the Twitch app. Yeah, that's weird because I'm not having that problem on my phone. It could be a problem with stream quality because I'm not affiliate. So maybe I'm streaming a little bit too high for the, I'm streaming too high for something you can't change dynamically. At least that's my, theory. I could try dropping the bitrate. Can I do that on the fly? I can. Okay, let's see if it loads now. Worst case scenario, if you got some time, we could go through a bunch of settings and I could try restarting streams until it works. Because that might be why a lot of people aren't tuning in, is if they can't load it up on their devices. I tell myself. After moving several tons of dirt, I revealed a huge pendulous arm. Says Maureen. More like Mariner. The giant peener. Further down, an enormous body. Many more tons later, and I managed to finally free the entire thing and pivot it out onto the road. And then the Fire Nation took it. That's right, as incredible as it sounds, with just my trowel and shovel, I excavated this excavator. So this excavator was in the ground. Watching from my game and messaging from the app. Like you're watching me in the game, or you have a second display up? Also, Chad, my day was good. Sorry, didn't see that message until now. I woke up. And then I did some driving. Then I got home, and then I did some work. Got back. Or got done, and then I started streaming. Also ate a chocolate bar, so that was good. Oh, PlayStation. So my stream works on PlayStation, not mobile. But your phone can watch other streams just fine. Except for mine. I'm still wondering if it's a connection thing, because I know that the network cards and phones aren't as good as, like, computer, consoles, stuff like that. Let me see if I can change settings on my phone when I try to access it. Oh, I can adjust the quality. There's also viewing options on mobile that says audio only and chat only. But other than that, I'm not exactly sure what the problem could be. I don't mind restarting the stream multiple times if it means we can figure out the problem. But other than Twitch being weird and managed by Amazon, who decided that, hey, our web services are proprietary, I don't know. One, two, three, four. Okay. I think my throat is just dry, and that's why my voice is all over the place. I mean, if you're getting an error message, that always helps, because then I can look it up and be like, oh, this is what the problem is. It'll say an error has occurred trying to play this content. Please check back later. There's a non-zero chance that Twitch just hates me and wants me to go, like, eat grass or something. But as an omnivore, grass is not my favorite food, so I'm gonna have to tell it to go kick rocks. In other words, it's time to look up this error as soon as I'm done cleaning out these little teepees. Teepees. I like how I'm using my phone to Google these instead of my computer that I'm using right now. Twitch. That's not how you spell Twitch. Mobile. An error has... There we go. Okay, are you getting that error? Are you on iOS or Android? Or Windows, because Windows phones were a thing for a bit. iOS, okay. I'm using Android, so that could be why. But let me check. A lot of people seem to be agreeing that it is a Twitch problem. You could try dropping the quality down to like 480p and see if that improves. And if not, it's probably an issue with Android. Or iOS. At least that's what I would surmise. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past and I'll be wrong in the future. But that's okay. 'Cause we all make mistakes. All that matters is what we learn and how we improve. This is the life lesson song, and someone got past my bot. How did you do it? Oh, they used cheap this time, I think. Hold on, I have to go to Streamlabs real quick. Where's my thingy? Oh, dashboard. Found it. Preferences. Commands. Oh, no, that's not it. Wait, I'm number 1. What did I do? Did I do a thing? And purge. Did I say a thing that did a thing that is good? Tell me. I am curious. Also, I updated the bot. Now the bot is tougher. I am confused. I just said a bunch of things and then you said I'm number 1. I don't know what I did that make me number 1. I am mega confusion. I'm a fusion of confusion. You're just trying to confuse me. Well, you know what? I might bite you for that. I don't think it's gonna be enjoyable because my teeth are sharp and pointy. You confused me, that's what you did. If I get confused, you get bitten. Them's the rules. Ha! Says you! I'm a good swimmer. Maybe not lifeguard quality, but I can pedal my little feetsies across the water and do a little glide, and then all of a sudden I am at your heels, poking them with my hand. I'm like a water snake. No one ever sees a water snake coming. I'm just having the time of my life trying to figure this boom out. Oh, I can't reach you because you live in Atlantis? That sounds like a challenge. I will find a way. And the harder I have to try, the more you're in for it, buckaroo. Wait, is Atlantis another name for Australia? Because I feel like Australia could just be Atlantis, but above water. You know, the crazy thing is, if you're at the bottom of the ocean, I actually can believe that you could get good Wi-Fi, because on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean is a giant bundle of fiber optic wires that carries internet between the Americas, and Europe. So if you just, like, splice into that and connect more fiber, you could get really good speeds. Hey, it's a boom and it's a stick! Where's the death battle announcers? Where's Wiz? And I have good connection over here on the surface. It's probably why my streams load. And yours do not. Get roasted! May or may not have cleared my throat well enough to actually speak once again. You know, fun fact, if you can't get your wireless headphones to work because they run off the same frequency as certain Wi-Fi standards, you can always try turning the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi off. Bucket cylinder! What the hecky is the bucket cylinder? Let me climb you! Jeez, here we go. Oh, that's a bucket cylinder. See, the funny thing about stealing my water supply is I can still do this. So you're not stealing enough. You should just try to steal a little bit more. Yeah. Nailed it. Broom cylinder brackets. Or boom! Boom boom! If I could climb up, that'd be great. Boom cylinder. Oh, those things. Also, Max Payne, I have a what's it called? The thingy that makes water out of the air. I've got a dehumidifier, so I could just turn that on and get water from the air. Yay! The job you've done on the excavator is astonishing. Now it's clean. I can scarce believe I found it buried in my yard. Just goes to show, if you just keep going, amazing things will follow. Just out of interest, how much do you think this thing could go? How much do you think this thing could go for? I've got a feeling I've compromised the bungalow's foundations and could do with a cash injection. Hey, sharing is caring. I'll share water, but you're not taking it all. And now we can clean the aquarium. By Dr. Parapuzosia. I'm gonna call him Dr. Pepper. How are you doing, wishy-washers? I don't know what you saw on the way over here, but the entire Crab Bay area has been hit by a freak wave. And that obviously includes our Marine Life Conservation Center. Or the MLCC. Or as I call it, the MILK. Luckily, we were pre-warned by our friends at Caldera University's seismology department that something was happening. So we managed to get an evacuation program going for all the open air tanks in the aquarium. Excuse me. You'll be pleased to know that none of the animals are harmed. In fact, we're up 2 whelks and a starfish. Of course you are. Nevertheless, our swell friend made quite an impression, and to be on the safe side, we need to sanitize the place before we reintroduce the animals and open up again. Thank you, Dr. Pepper. Also, for someone that's apparently at the bottom of the ocean, you really want a lot of water. To a ticket office! So strange to see the center like this. It's normally so full of life. That's a lot of 25 cents. In fact, you're one of the only people to see it like this in decades. Since it opened, I'm guessing. Over that time, it's had an incredibly checkered past. I haven't seen checkered spell like that in forever. But yeah, if you want water, welcome to the aquarium. There's water everywhere. There's even fish! Bruh. This place is actually huge. Also, how is it possible that they're not getting OSHA violations by having a ladder go to one of the exhibits? Like, if a person falls off, they could sue the place, right? The most diabolical thing known to man. You'll buy me dinner and beg for the water supply. At that point, I'm just gonna ask the waiter to keep bringing you water. Or waitress. But But hey, I'm not gonna say no to that. That just, that just means for a present, I'll have to bring a water purifier. Or a dehumidifier. So you too can create water out of the air. You'll be like a waterbender, but lifelike. And the Fire Nation cannot take it from you. Unless you also happen to cause a fire and that destroys the dehumidifier, that's a different story. Mildly intimidated, I'll say. I'll have to consider your offer of whether you're allowed to take my water or not. I have to weigh the pros and cons, and I have to put it in a point value spreadsheet, and then evaluate it with business analysts to determine the best course of action, and then ignore them and just do what my gut says. Because that's how that works. You know what would be a really interesting threat, though? Someone wants to take you to a poolside restaurant, or like riverside restaurant, like one that's on the water. And then you say, if you take me there, I'm gonna wear a bathing suit to the restaurant. And then they're like, no, it's a fancy restaurant. You're supposed to not do that. You're supposed to wear something nice because it's more expensive. And then you show up anyway in a bathing suit. Now that is a diabolical threat. That is truly a heinous crime. Hey, it's not like you know where I live. Kinda hard to go through on your thread if, you don't know where the person lives. But hey, I'll just give you a bunch of water. I'll throw you in the ocean. Even though you apparently live in the ocean. I'll throw you into the actual water, and then you'll have all the water at your disposal. The information in my water supply is literally you could get a dehumidifier off Amazon. Like, that is a water supply. Especially if you live in a humid area. That thing's gonna chug, or not chug. It's gonna pump out water at, like, a really insane rate. Like, it's actually kind of stupid how fast it, takes water out of the air. So in other words, bring a water, dehumidifier to California. Somewhere on the coast, and then just turn it on and enjoy your unlimited water. Just make sure to filter it first. I can imagine some of that water is just gonna come from sweaty gym bros. Sweaty gym bros and himbos. The best kind of bows. I can already tell this is gonna take a few streams. This aquarium is huge! That's what she said. Those aren't shallow tube corals. Those are carrot straws. You know the veggie straws, but they're like the carrot ones? Yeah. Also, Max Payne, I just remembered, I can cook. To an extent. And when I actually know how to make something, it's like restaurant quality. I don't have a lot of recipes in my repertoire, but enough to do something with it. Enough to be like, here is half of what I know, and it's like a full meal. And honestly, that's more economical anyway. Do you have any idea how expensive restaurants are these days? It's like actually kind of stupid. Like really expensive. Why is it so expensive? I don't know. We got hermit crabs, social crustaceans, shell changers, omnivoric scavengers, Silent Ted, Krabby McCrabface, Jessica Crabbit. These freaking names. Those are the residents. Imagine being abducted from the ocean and being called Krabby McCrabface. Unironically put as an official name tag on your tank. And then being cared for by the giant scary air breathers. Honestly, Jessica Crabbit was my the funniest to me. But Silent Ted is pretty good. It's so out of the left field. You know what? Gonna get the floor. Gonna get the floor. Imagine if Silent Ted actually speaks, like, you give Silent Ted a little microphone, he gets up, does like a little tap dance, and then he starts singing Under the Sea. I don't know how that song goes, I just realized. Okay, date idea. Binge watching all the Disney classics. So you can make references and jokes about it again. That and all the Marvel movies. You know, whenever they calm down and stop making them for like a few seconds. You know what? We'll stay with this. We'll stay with the 35. 35er. Let's see what it says. Rock life. Leopard sharks. Oh, the leopard shark looks so cute. Look at that. He's adorable. Crab-bay stingrays. Volcano crabs. That stingray looks cute as well. That one looks like he's mutated. Hey, what's your favorite crab? That's my question to you and the rest of chat. The shallows. Oh boy, get ready for the onslaught of quarters. Because if you ask me, my favorite crab would have to be the one that goes inside the rangoons. Because those are delicious. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm okay with fake crab. Or crab imitation. I actually don't think it's disgusting. I'm a little odd in that I prefer sustainable, food as opposed to, you know, the ones that it's like, oh, it's organic and it's made in small farms and, someone had to watch it 24/7 with a machine gun to make sure gophers didn't eat it. Like, no, take the GMO version of the crop if it means that someone in another country can eat. Because everyone deserves food. Because food is good. And delicious. And nutritious. When it's actually nutritious, of course. just imagining some kids seeing the power washer, like, they want to go to the aquarium, and then their parents like, oh, it's closed, we can't go. We'll have to wait till they reopen. And the kid's like, no, look, there's someone inside. And then they, like, peek through the windows or something, and they see the power washer. And the parents have to explain that, no, it's not a fish that decided to grow a suit and is now exploring the outside of the aquarium. Uh-huh. Nod your head to the clean rhythm. Rock pools, sea urchins, sea snails, the Muckingham sea marrows. They created a whole new subsection of creatures. Alright then. Hearts in the chat for the Muckingham sea people. Who I just realized, if you cut the name off at the right time, sounds really dirty. And we're supposed to be clean here. I thought there was like a ladder there because I was starting to go up. Beam me up, Scotty. Also, don't know why I just thought of it, but sometimes it's the most basic of insults that are the funniest. Again, I don't know why I thought of this, but like, if anyone unironically called me a jabroni, I would just laugh. Like, incredibly hard. Problem is, if you did it right now, I wouldn't because I already made the joke about it. Like, think about it. If someone called you a jabroni, just, like, let's say they cut you off in traffic. You're going 40 and a 35. They think you're going too slow. They cut you off in traffic, trying to go 55. And then they slow down a little bit. The lane splits into two. And then as you go to pass them, they roll their window down and call you a jabroni. I would not even be mad. I would just be like... So anyway... Time for you to feel sport mode. Sometimes I've wondered how funny it would be if I could, like, put a nitrous into my car. Because my car is a fuel-efficient, but not very fast, vehicle. So I think it'd be funny if, like, someone in, like, a sports car, like a Lambo, pulled up, and then I put the nitrous on, and I just floored it. And then they're like, oh, it's a little weak. Oh, okay, they're already at the next light. It's like a party trick, but for a car. Look at how shiny it is. And then gross. And then shiny. And then gross. It is time to clean up shiny a little bit more. The Crab Bay Marine Life Conservation Center was opened in 1904 by local benefactor Phil Anthrop. Phil Anthrop. Like a philanthrop. Anyway, legend has it that it was inspired by his tearful daughter, who found a 5-legged crab on the beach and demanded something be done. Whatever the reason, Phil's money kept the place going for the first 20 years or so. This game is just full of puns. I don't think even I can make the level of puns that this game's doing. soon as we get this floor, I do want to check something though. I want to check this game's tags. Okay, so they have first person as a tag, but this is technically a first person shooter if you think about it. Like, if you really think about it, PowerWash Simulator is a first person shooter. Like I said earlier, I don't make the rules, I just observe and sometimes follow them. Fishies! Look, it's Clownfish! It's Nemo! And a seahorse! It's another seahorse! I cannot feel the love tonight, unfortunately. It's like the beginning / middle of September. It's not February yet. Kinda wish I did, though. But I do gotta say, I am really picky when it comes to the people that I date. Really, really picky. I never said I hate you. I'm just saying when it comes to, like, people trying to be all romantic, I am very picky with who I reciprocate that to. But I also don't think it's unrealistic either. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have a standard for someone, or for, like, what you're looking for in someone, and you follow that standard, then I don't think having that standard for someone else is unreasonable. Like, for example, if you don't smoke, and you say, I'm not going to date a smoker, I don't think that's unreasonable, because you follow that yourself. But if you do smoke, but you say no smokers, it's like, well, now you're putting these expectations on someone that you don't follow yourself. So it kind of makes you a bit of a hypocrite. But again, no, I don't hate you. I don't hate a lot of people, actually. That's one of the things I'm trying to get across to a lot of people. Is like, I like a lot of you. Platonically. But it's like, a lot of people, you say that you like them and they think, oh, well, we're gonna have a kid together. It's like, you just went from step 1 to step 18. Like, you didn't even go up the stairs. You went up the elevator. I've literally gotten that message on one of my apps before. Some broski was like, literally the 5th message in, he's like, we're gonna have kids, and I'm like, I physically cannot do that with you. It is biologically impossible. But second of all, we're 5 messages in. Why are you already saying this stuff? Are your standards so low for yourself that, like, you don't even know that much about me, but you're saying this stuff? It's like, come on. Well, doesn't look like I can put that anywhere out of the way. People are weird. Like, there's quirky and everything. People that are like myself, you know? They've got little things that they do that's a little outside of the norm. But it's like, whatever. And then there's people that are just like, actually probably losing their marbles. They're losing their marbles, they're losing their rice grains, they're losing the cooking pot. They're losing everything, including the kitchen sink. And I have to wonder, do they, like, you know, cats or dogs will, like, pad their bed and fluff it up and everything, and then, like, circle it a few times, and then finally settle down, and then eventually fall asleep? I wonder if they do that with their bed. Like, they just have a bunch of burlap sacks filled with cotton, and they just, like, pad them with their hands and knead them like dough until they're nice and comfortable, and then they settle down and sleep for the night. Only if they're harmful to society should they be in a straitjacket. If they're just weird and you can't talk to them without feeling like you're losing your mind, just ignore them. Now, if they're not committing crimes, I don't think they're bad people. They might just be, actually losing their sanity because of society. I blame Jeff Bezos. Hey, wait, if a straitjacket is for people that are harmful to themselves and others, then what would be a jacket that is for people that are helpful to themselves and others? Would it be the gay jacket? Because if so, I want to wear the gay jacket. I want to buy the gay jacket for all of my friends. They'll be like matching twinsies, except I don't look anything like them. That is a business idea. The gay jacket. We need to make it. This needs to be a reality. It's rainbow. It's made of high quality material. 50% or 25% of all the proceeds go to the Trevor Project. Come on, I'm cooking over here. How do I feel about shellfish? Like mussels and oysters? I mean, I don't eat them personally. I like crustaceans more. But I have seen them offered at, like, weddings and stuff. So you know what? If people like them, then go for it. I don't have enough of an opinion to be against or for it. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Welcome to my channel where I talk about gay rights followed swiftly by talking about seafood, and then I talk about how there's naughty imagery in a game. Well, at least the idea is. Or I just need to get my head out of the gutter, but as you can see, the gutters are still dirty. That one's clean. Now the gutters are clean. So we can put our heads back in the gutter. It's like a squeegee. You kind of have to dip it in the gutter, then dip it out of the gutter, and then squeegee stuff. I don't know what squeegees do or how they work. And then you put it back in the squeegee bucket. And then you go to the next window. I actually have no idea what the appeal for tentacles are. Remember how I said I have high standards? Well, one of those standards is being loved and cared for, but that's a little bit too extreme of a, of a tag, if you will. And we can't have that on this family-friendly channel, so we have to settle for something else. So octopus and human it is. At least I can get them wet. I'm not even going out of my way to say these jokes either. They're basically writing themselves. They could have literally put anything else in on that thingamajig. The cutout. On an unrelated note, I was just thinking how funny it is that people like things that are natural and organic for their bodies, but then it's like when it comes to cars, we like things that are all synthetic. And then we'll give our cars human names, like we didn't just say that they deserve all synthetic things. I guarantee you someone named their car R2D2. Sustainable fishing practices. Thing to sign off a little bit more. See, even name your vehicle. You do it. It's okay, I know someone else that named their vehicle. I didn't give mine a name because I don't know what to call it. I might be funny with it though. I don't know. The one time I'm okay with it is if you actually decide to take care of your vehicle and you're not, like, ignoring maintenance on it. Then it's like, okay, I can see why the personalization to your car is letting you upkeep its maintenance. So that's okay. Just don't get it too much into the maintenance and get stuff clogged in the exhaust pipe, okay? Sustainable fishing practices on the KM972, the Pelican. Is that the one we cleaned before? What exactly does sustainable fishing practice mean? Does it mean that we sustain the fish by throwing worms and fish food directly into the ocean? Or does it mean that we train our fishermen and women to be fitter in order to sustain their fishing ships for longer periods? Could it even mean that when our fishermen and women go fishing, they're only practicing with rods that have nothing attached to them? Blah. Actually, it doesn't mean any of those things. Sustainable fishing practice means that we practice our fishing in a sustainable way. Slow clap for the intro for the explanation. That's like saying, does the U.S. Mint actually create breath mints for your dinner? No. When we say the U.S. Mint, we mean mint currency. Like, congratulations on not actually answering the question, but alright. Hooray! We have the gift shop! It's closed. Imagine if the gift shop was open and you could actually clean it and inside were a bunch of gnomes. I would laugh. Like, actually. More lore. Unfortunately, Phil went bust in 1927 and was custodian of the Marine Life Center, or custodianship was transferred to the local entrepreneur Wilberforce Thrust. Why does that sound familiar? It appears, from looking through historical financial transactions, that Thrust's primary interest was in making a quick buck from selling the center's prize exhibits. Public interest disappeared along with the turtles, and the center quickly went into decline. Oh my gosh, an octopus plushie would be so pog. Especially if it had a cute little smile. Oh my goodness. I would totally get one for myself. Like, for real. That'll be the one time I'm okay with tentacles being in my bedroom. Lol. But yes, I did say gift shop. There's a gift shop right there. Due to the size of the ceiling, we're gonna go with the bigger one. It's that big on a nozzle. If I had fixed it to my nose, I would have to call it the schnozzle. Yeah, I think back and forth is better than side to side. Lol. Not gonna lie, this nozzle, when I use it, it kind of sounds like my shower. It's a little soothing, actually. Mostly because that's where I go to gather my thoughts. You know, shower thoughts and all that. No, I'm not gonna trip over it. Oh yeah, this is really disorienting, isn't it? I will say that a good majority of the things that I have that are cute are actually water related. So now that I'm thinking about an octopus plushie, it's not far off from what I already have. I think I have no less than 5 plushies that are axolotls. A blanket that's an axolotl. A light that's an axolotl. I have a lot of axolotl stuff. But can you blame me? They're so cute. They're just so goofy looking and they're just doing their own little thing and paddling around. Okay, this is supposed to be restricted access. That's why. Just gotta partition these out. As you do. When you're organizing. Gotta organize the dirtiness so we can unorganize the cleanliness. I think that's how that goes. Next is going to talk about the crab bay ecology. Every year, hundreds of people enjoy the waters of the Caldera County coastline, completely unaware of the unique plants and animals that are literally crawling around their feet. But these wonderful, weird, and sometimes dangerous creatures are being constantly threatened by the activities of mankind, which is where we come in. My mouth is dry. Hold on. Tastes like a cherry popsicle. Together with Caldera University's Marine Department, we aim to reduce the human impact to our local habitats through a process of constant intervention. Amazing fact, the intervention is a single-shot sniper rifle from Modern Warfare 2. When the Caldera County Treatment Works became operational in 1967, the Muckingham Sea Marrow almost went extinct. It was only our constant petitioning to get the place closed down that allowed the valuable species to flourish once again. So the treatment works almost killed a sea marrow. Interesting. Next, we get to read about the Ocean Research Initiative. That kind of looks like a mix between the Cyclops and the, what's it called? The prawn suit from Subnautica. Did you know that the Crab Bay Marine Life Conservation Center, CBM LCC, Sibmilk, is actively involved in marine biology research? Well, thanks to you it is. In fact, all the plants and animals which you see today have been housed here as part of our vital conservation projects run jointly with the Caldera University. Here's how it works. 1. The University Superstar Submarine, Rowdy Sea Life, Rowdy Sea Life goes into serious exploration mode to monitor our local habitats. 2. If Rowdy finds something's up, our expert retrievals team go into overdrive. I almost punned that. Using state-of-the-art core sampling tubes and animal capture nets, they collect vulnerable marine life for us to house and protect here, perfectly recreating their natural environment within the confines of an aquarium. So it's literally Subnautica, but for conservation efforts. Hold on. Oh yeah, I can see it now. So, in here is supposed to be, I guess, an aquarium, and they drained it. So, the other room is not a tourist attraction. People can go up the ladder into the thing and do maintenance in here. That's why I was like, hold on, why is it not getting clean? Even though it looks like I'm cleaning the grime. Because there's an other side to it. Don't know how I saw that. Okay. We can at least get this floor done, but then I have to head out and do some stuff, which is why I streamed early. Because I had stuff to do at a certain time, and that time's coming up. So I might as well get my outro out of the way while I'm cleaning the floor here. Because I want the floor to be done for no apparent reason whatsoever. If you liked, make sure you're following. Obviously. And coming next week for more power washing fun. And seriously, pop in Sunday because ReFantasio is getting good. We just had, what's-her-face? We had, the priestess of the Mustard Tribe join us, so that's pretty cool. Which I was not expecting BTW. Can at least get the pillar and a little bit of the wall. You know, clear some stuff off, make it easier for next time. All that jazz. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff for ReFantasio on Sunday. Pop in, it'll be good. First time playing it, and I'm already predicting so much of the story. It's absolutely insane. Like, I actually don't know how I'm predicting all this stuff. Like, I'm saying one thing, and then the character's like, oh, let's just repeat what Shira said. I'm just like, Nani said it? So yeah, that's been a thing that's been happening recently. Honestly, if Delulu joins the party, I'm not going to be that surprised, because I'm probably going to call it. But that would be cool. Okay, I'm getting too caught up in the motions here. I need to get going. We'll clean the door off and probably be able to finish this aquarium next week. It's not going as slowly as I thought it would. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll pop back later and we'll finish this off, like, next week. I'm gonna go do the stuff I have to do and get some food. Thanks for watching again. And I'll see you beautiful people later. Peace to the out. Bye-bye.